So what is going on, people? Welcome to episode 4 of the Man City Let's Play here on the FM23 beta. I hope you're well. Today we have the Champions League draw. I'm wearing headphones for the first time in this series because I want to hear the music and I don't know how loud this is going to be. This could well blow my eardrums, but I'm hoping you guys can hear it as well. All the licensing and everything, it's going to be quite cool. I have seen the draw already. Being played by other people. It is quite slow, so we'll speed it up a little bit. But if you are looking forward to this episode, make sure you pop a like on there for me, subscribe to the channel as well. And well, without any further ado, let's view the draw. It's not too loud. I don't know if you guys can hear that. If that, I turned it up full volume. If that blew your eardrums, I do apologise. I'll try and edit it if it needs editing. But there we go. So that was good. Thanks very much for that, SI. To be fair, it does look really good. All the graphics and everything. This little screen here is quite nice. We've got Zinedine Zidane hosting the draw. It's very good. On someone's game before, I did see Steve Bruce hosting the Champions League draw. So, you know, we got away with that one, really. We are in pot 1 for the Champions League draw. Of course, City won the league last season. So we could face the likes of Barcelona or Juventus in the group. If we look, Dortmund could be there as well. Of course, City got Dortmund in real life. Haaland going back there. Napoli, of course, or Parthenopas, they're known as. Inter as well. And then pot 4 is a bit kinder, but still maybe some teams you'd rather avoid. But for now, let's just start the draw and we'll just go through. So we're in Group B. Okay, this is going to be a lot of clicking. I do apologise. Right, so first team out of pot 2 is Tottenham with Frankfurt. Interesting. Of course, happened in real life. In our group, Barcelona, of course, is. Well, that's an interesting tie. It makes a good gameplay as well. I think that's one we certainly have to show Chelsea going in with Real Madrid there. Right, so they got Benfica in that group. In our group, Salzburg. Okay, a little bit kinder then. Milan, Madrid. Wow, Dortmund. That's a big group. Ajax, Leipzig, Sporting. That's a tasty one. Inter going with PSG. Bayern, Liverpool, and Napoli. Wow, okay. And Leverkusen. So some really tough groups in this draw. So Fenerbahce, the last team in Group A. The last team in our group is Marseille. Okay, one of the tougher teams, I would say, in pot 4, but certainly one we can navigate. Who's the last team in this one? Olympiacos. Again, not an easy game. Bodo Glimt going there in what are they called? Partizan Belgrade? Is that Zvezda? I can't remember. Bruges, of course, absolutely flying in real life in that group, in their group. So there we go. We are Group B with Barcelona, Salzburg and Marseille. It's a group we should definitely qualify from. Whether we win, of course, I don't know how good Barcelona are on this year's game with all their problems and what have you. But if we just move forward and wait for the Champions League games to be drawn. Have they been drawn yet? Yes, they have. Okay, so we've got Marseille first and then Barcelona. So I think we'll stick with the plan today. We'll play the United game. Depending on how we're doing for time, we might do Marseille. And then we'll probably, after that, we've done quite a few in close succession. So maybe like Chelsea, Barca or something like that. But for now, that is the group stage, of course, done. So yeah, we will move ahead and play these couple of games off camera. And then we will move to the Man United game, which I will see you for on the other side of this. So we're not at the United game yet, but it is deadline day and we are looking to do business. So I thought I would bring you along for the ride. Just having a look, some big rumours going on around. As you can see, we are linked with Patrick Schick. We are looking for a striker. And a bid is currently in at the moment for Palace's Odsonne Edouard. Only 2.5 star rated, 3 stars, so fairly similar to Alvarez in terms of star ratings. But He's got some good stats. Yes, passing is a little bit to be desired, but he's pretty well rounded, and at 24 can still grow fairly cheap as well in terms of Premier League prices. So that's why I was kind of interested in bringing him in as a backup. Plus, this guy I've never managed on FM, and he's used to be quite good. So he's got 4 goals in 5 games for Palace as well this season, so he's on a bit of a roll. He's only going to cost us potentially 18 million, but they did put in the clause of they want to sign a replacement first. The likeliness is we won't get him, but we are still looking for a striker. Although one thing I am going to do straight away is try and offer these guys out. I didn't get any bites throughout the normal window, so let's see if we can get anything for them. In terms of the last couple of games, business as usual. Brentford played a bit of a rotated side. Haaland picked up an injury, only a minor one. But Alvarez came into the team in 8 minutes and he scored. De Bruyne curtained? That's not the right word. Finished off, whatever I was trying to say, finished off the win with a penalty. And then most recently, 3-1 win at home at Bournemouth. Haaland back in the side at the double. He actually missed a penalty as well. Could have had a hat-trick. Bernardo grabbing a goal as well. Jamal Lowe scoring a goal from a corner for them. So is United up next. If we have a look at the Premier League table, 5 wins from 5, already a 3-point gap over Chelsea, United and Newcastle. But it's starting to look good. Phil Foden, the best player in the league so far. It's all looking good. Right, so we've agreed terms with Edouard. He has agreed to come in on a 4-year deal, but we're going to have to accept the delay. We didn't get any offers for Ortega or Scott Carson. As you can see, my shortlist is rather busy with players. There's a few decent players on there we may have a look at. I'm just having some scouting reports coming as well. Andre Silva as an A-. It's not too bad, to be fair. Leipzig don't want to sell. Acceptable when it comes to living in another country. He's Portuguese living in Germany, so that's already a problem. Not ideal for him. Could struggle to face a shooting opportunity on the edge of the area. Long shots of 9. I mean, I don't know how to feel about that, pretty much. We're scouting Nketiah and, Adam Armstrong's a bit of a stretch, but he's got decent-ish stats, so we'll keep on ploughing along. Just line of questions. We've got no offers in, no offers of any sort for okay. Transfer has been put on hold as so far failed to still some room in your squad. He's a fierce dislike of me. Jim Knight, you can do one, mate. Are we going to add to it today? Well, we just have Jim. That's equality is more important. So yeah, absolutely. Only if they're the right fit. Well, there we go. Edouard is in the van. They must have signed a replacement then. But that is all well and good. We get him in, give him a squad number. I'll be interested to see who they sign. But yeah, really nice little transfer there. Happy, and 18 million as well for a Premier League transfer is certainly not bad. And we will in fact give him the number 15 shirt. So he's on it. Yeah, he's here. 4 goals in 5 games, as we said, for Palace already this season. He's actually, not too bad. I've got nice little finishing stat. Maybe, now we've got him in 6'2" as well, can push him up so along Haaland and play that 4-2-4 that we have been looking at. So just in it there, the Eagles can now confirm the deal of signing Mbala Nzola. Wow, okay. Angolan from Spezia. Had a decent start to the season. Okay, I see you. So if we have a look at the squad in terms of players we actually want, to keep around the club, we've got 21 men now. I think I'm happy with Edouard as a third option for sure. And I think maybe we've still got a little bit of cash. We've still got the best part of, 46 million if we want it. I'm kind of tempted to see if there's another keeper out there. Maybe, I'm not too sure how we play it. Maybe there's someone even older than Edison that's still got that bit of quality, or someone that's quite young that can come in and learn from him. But I'm going to have a quick look to see if there are any keepers about, actually. So if we have a look, then these are players that we've already scouted and ones that are interested in transfers. You've got the likes of Courtois and Donnarumma up there. A little bit out of our price range, though. Diogo Costa would be someone good, but again, his current ability is potentially not there. 22 years old would be a good option, but I don't know. I like the Kanaya Boys Clark from Reading as well. Melier again might be someone interesting that we go for. Kayla Navas could be an option as well. There's some good options in here. I'm just not too sure. Hugo Lloris at 35 is still worth 39 million. So with 2 hours left to go of the window, I have been scouting some goalkeepers, and there's a couple of decent options out there. As you can see, Gregor Kobel, I think, would be a good long-term replacement for Edison, but of course this save isn't going to be long-term. Would cost a fair whack as well, but 24 years old, you know, decent stats already, would probably grow quite nicely. But I think the man below him, Andre Lunin, could be our answer. Now, apparently Real Madrid aren't interested in selling. Again, decent stats already for someone who is only 23 years old, but the main thing is that he's quite cheap. So I'm thinking if we can get him for a decent low price, then he can be our backup keeper, and kind of similar to Kobel, he could be sort of the long-term replacement, if you like. If not, then I think potentially we go for Kayla Navas. He's really, like, as an old man, still really good. Like, he's got some really good pros on him. It's going to cost a lot in wages, which is a bit crappy for a backup goalkeeper, but with Kayla Navas, you know we're going to get. He's a good goalkeeper. So we will go in then for Andre Lunin. Now, I've noticed that sometimes if a club doesn't want to sell a player, they say they're not for sale, you'll go in at a price and they'll just like come back with a ridiculous one. I think it was with when I was looking at Simicast. I think that was a bit different because we are a sort of a rival of Liverpool's, but we put in a bid of like his valuation. They were like, yeah, we'll have 200 million please because you're Man City. It was just like, no, maybe not. So we'll go in 8.5 million. They want 16.5. I don't really think I'm prepared to go that high for my backup goalkeeper. Let's have a look. 10.5? Will you do 10.5? 13.75. Yeah, you can tell they don't want to sell him, which is kind of like makes the game more interesting, really. Like, maybe it's because it's so close to the deadline. Maybe it's just because, yeah, like I said, they don't want to sell him, so they're going to try and get over the odds for him. Well, I'm going to go back in for him, and I'm going to do 12.5 is my absolute max. They'll do 12.5. Right, okay, we'll get Lunin in. He's incredibly interested. He wants to be a backup, that is fine. 84 grand a week. How much do you want? 21. Right, we'll lowball him then. We'll go 42. Like a 3-year deal. We're just going to lowball him and see what he wants. He wants 81, 5-year deal. Do you know what? We're Man City. Fine. Get out of my face. Right. They want him back. No, you're not having him back on loan. Come on then, lad. Get this done and dusted. Lunin is in an hour before the deadline. Cody Gakpo, did he go? Spurs have signed Orsic. Newcastle have signed Canales. There we go. He is in the van. Really happy with that as a signing, actually. Andre Lunin. Again, someone else I've never used on FM. Wouldn't have the chance to use if I wasn't someone like Man City. So he wants number 13. We can't give him number 13. What number can we give him? We can give him 22, so happy days. He can have that. I like to keep realistic squad numbers, so I just checked that no one at Man City, whether at the club or out on loan, had number 22. But there we are. We actually have a good backup goalkeeper, which is nice to see. With half an hour of the window left, I think, and we still got 20 million in January plus, well, as much as 28 million in January. So if we need to, there's still a bit of business to be done. But if we have a look, then we've spent, we've done a decent bit of transfer business. We've spent 44, 62. So we've spent about 75 million pounds. I don't think we've made any, to be fair. Or we sold that guy. But yeah, we had no bids whatsoever for any of our players over the summer, which was interesting. But that is deadline day. And yeah, we've had the Champions League draw. We've had deadline day. I feel like I've been recording forever. But we will include the Man City game. We will include the Man United game, which is just in a couple of days. So I'll cut this now, and I'll see you for the United game. So finally, after feels like whatever recording-wise, we are at the Man United game, and your eyes may have already looked at the team sheet and noticed one absence. Erling Haaland not quite fit enough to start in this game. He has passed a fitness test, but I'm not comfortable, putting him out there without a full heart, basically. So he can be on the bench. We can bring him on if needs be, but we are playing really well, so I feel like we could maybe do all right even without him. So we'll have to wait and see. Edouard not fully fit either, so he's just not going to get a place on the bench today. But this is how we line up. So Ederson in goal. Kyle Walker is in on the right hand side. He has been playing the last couple of games ahead of Cancelo. Stones, Diaz at the back as normal. Guy on the left hand side. Rodri and De Bruyne in the middle of the park. Silva out on the right. Bernardo Silva, that is. Riyad Mahrez out on the left. He's come in and been alright in the past few games, so he's going to carry on. Phil Foden in the number 10 role, and Alvarez up top. We did play the 4-2-4 last game against Bournemouth. Alvarez and Haaland starting up top, but this is how we're going to line up for this one. Ludin on the bench as well. Cancelo is there, likes of Grealish, Gundogan, Phillips fit again. Haaland there, as we said as well. So, hopefully, against local rivals. I don't know, I think the game's at Old Trafford. It is indeed. The board and fan expectation before this one is to minimum get a draw. It doesn't look like United have made any other signings in this game, it doesn't look like, but there's still a very, very strong sign, and Cristiano Ronaldo up top, of course. There's all reason to be a little bit concerned. Right, but here we go then. The game is underway. 20 seconds in. I've decided to actually zoom in on that so we can see a little bit closer what is going on. I like to generally see the whole pitch, but if we're going to play in this 3D angle, then you probably want to be a bit closer to the players. Diaz finds the ball to Mahrez, tries the ball over the top. And we are on key highlights here, so maybe something from the off. It's a poor ball right from Walker. Fernandes leads the charge. Ronaldo's in behind. The shot is deflected, and it's easy enough for Ederson to collect. I thought it was going to maybe loop over him or do something stupid, but no, thankfully, into Ederson's hands. Eriksen and Casemiro playing very deep. I thought they might play a little bit further up. Weird to see Eriksen sit that far back, but Ten Hag obviously wants to operate him in that system. De Bruyne, nice little play there. Bernardo Silva, ball over towards Mahrez. Dalot heads away. Casemiro down to Antony. And it's on the break that we have to be wary of Manchester United. The likes of Antony there on the ball. Cross-wheel ball to Sancho. Hits it first time, and that is a superb finish. And just as I said, we need to watch out for Man United on the counter. It's a lovely ball from Antony. Sancho away from his man. We'll see it here in the 2D angle. But Walker too busy keeping an eye on Ronaldo. And Sancho is in behind. And it's a really good finish across Ederson. And we are behind at Old Trafford. And we've showed no real sign of being in this game. I'm going to get Walker to man mark Sancho and actually allow Ronaldo to be marked by Diaz or Stones, and Walker can actually just concentrate on Sancho as Alvarez forces a mistake, but that's a poor ball down the line. Fernandes goes all the way back to De Gea, who boots it clear, and Ronaldo is in here. Diaz may have been a little bit asleep. It's Stones who gets over to block the shot, but it's going to be a corner, and United have their tails up. Guy with a throws it into absolutely nobody. Martinez gets it away, and again United on this counter attack. Fernandes leading the charge towards Sancho. We've left Ronaldo, but Diaz is back there. He gets it in anyway, and that header is not far away from Cristiano Ronaldo. He's stretching for it, but still managed to get decent direction on it. And it's half time, and it's been poor from us. I think it's fair to say. I'm gonna thrash the arms and say you need to get your act together. I'm also going to tell the boys to fire up a bit, but we've seen very little from our players in this half, especially the likes of De Bruyne. He's been completely anonymous, and well, the time ticks past. Well, we're not messing around here. He might not be fully fit, but the man is coming onto the pitch. Hopefully he can make an impact. Gaia, first highlight of this second half we've seen, and we're halfway through this second half. Gaia to Diaz, inside to Rodri, all forward to Foden. Haaland, lovely little play. Mahrez is in, and Mahrez scores. It may be a question of offside, but the interlinking play is superb. Mahrez absolutely loving it. I don't know what I was trying to say there. And it has been disallowed. It must have been tight then. But yeah, goal disallowed. But Haaland instantly, we've got a corner, instantly involved in the play. De Bruyne with a corner. Diaz is there, and it's in the back of the net this time. No questions. This one will count. And well, since bringing on the big man, we have turned into another team. And Diaz there at the front post beats his man to the ball. We'll see it here in the lovely 2D. Diaz just rises above everyone. It's a simple header for the Portuguese. And we are level. And now we have our tails up. Sancho has gone off. And Eriksen has come on. So they've, a bit of a, well, not a reshuffle, but interesting. I think we will make a couple of subs. Now, we'll take Kyle Walker's instruction off. Who can we take off? Who's not having a brilliant game? Bernardo Silva again, not having the best of games. So I think what we'll do is bring on Grealish and swap over Mahrez and Grealish. And then also, just having a look at this, I should be really wearing my glasses because I can't even see the screen that's a couple of feet in front of me. I don't even know. Mahrez isn't having a brilliant game either, to be fair. And well, actually, I'm looking at the stars and it recommends getting João Cancelo on there. So actually, we'll bring Cancelo on as a winger and try him and see how he does. Why not? Free kick instantly. Fernandes is going to whip this one in. But halfway into our half, going to look to cross it in. Delo's there at the back post. Anthony's there by himself and he's rifled that against the crossbar. That is yeah, that was quite the effort from Anthony. Fernandes, another free kick. Ronaldo's there at the back post. He's hit the post. There's a scramble, and Edison comes out with the ball. Christ, they've certainly, the goals woken them up in this second half. United. I think maybe there's another change in the offing. Foden, who's been so good recently, not having a brilliant game either. We will just bring on. I'll tell you what. We'll bring on Gundogan. And hopefully we can find ourselves a chance in these last few minutes. Fernandes, ball in, aims for Lindelof. And the man on the post has completely let that one go past him. I'm not too sure what's gone on there. Who's the man on the post? We can't even see. Lindelof with the header. And it's gone straight through. I want to see this again. Hang on. Lindelof. Let's see. Oh, we've got a chance. De Bruyne floats the ball in. Cancelo's there. It's headed away. And Fernandes gets onto it. Come on. Is that Rodri? Yeah, Rodri. You need to be more alive to that. Walker up to Gundogan. He battles well. De Bruyne. Cancelo. Ball in. Oh, looking for Haaland. Gundogan. Maguire gets the ball away. And well, Diaz does well. But Martinez comes away. Shaw lumps that forward. Gaia recovers the ball, just launches it down the line, but Grealish isn't going to be able to get there. And Gerardo launches that, and it's actually turned into a great ball. Ronaldo is in, he squared it for Rashford, and that is game. A lovely, lovely goal from United. Really, really good play from Ronaldo. It's good. It's good that they do that this year, that they actually see like those passes. Because he would always shoot there on the old games, but he sees that Rashford is there. It's an easy goal. That's the game for United. 3-1 it is. And actually, every time I try and watch a goal and it just comes up with a highlight. Let's just not get embarrassed now, shall we? Long ball over the top. Diaz. No communication with Edison. This is the worst we've played this season by a country mile. Ronaldo, it's 4. How is it 4? How has it turned this bad? It was 1-1 in the 88th minute. Oh no, jeez Louise. Haaland came on and we instantly looked like a good team. And as soon as we've equalised, I don't know whether we've taken our foot off the gas or United have just stepped up a bit. Yeah, that is sickening. That we have some work to do then, don't we? I want to watch this goal again. So who is it on the line? Let's slow this down. So who's that on the line there? No. Gaia. So it's Gaia that's right there on the post. So why has he made no effort to clear this? This is what I want to know. It's gone straight through him. Fernandes. Right, okay, maybe we'll oh, it's there now. Why not? Right, so Lindelof is there. He rises above Rodri. And Gaia has gone in the gap between him and the post. Oh, mate. What's the point of being on the post if you're not going to stick to it? Jeez Louise. Right, okay, I lost the plot after that, I'm not going to lie. I was more concerned about seeing that goal than trying to shut up shop or go for the game. We've lost 4-1. That's the most important thing. I'm throwing a water bottle there. We can't fall apart in the final few minutes. I'm storming out. I should have sent the assistant. It's all gone wrong. I've lost my head. Well, at least we're level on points. They haven't opened up a gap to us. But yeah, that is frustrating. So our first defeat of the season then, and it was comprehensive to our rivals as well, but we have fallen apart there. I think these players need some stern words, but that is going to be it for today's episode. In terms of when we will be back, we've done quite a few games close together recently. Obviously, we've done 4 episodes, and we're not even past the start of September yet. So we'll give it a bit of a gap. I'm thinking, to be honest, Chelsea and Barcelona is looking quite tasty at the end of October. So we'll get plenty of games going under our belts. We'll have played the majority of our Champions League group. But yeah, Chelsea, it's like another big game. So we will come back for those 2 games. But guys, I hope you have enjoyed this episode. If you have, pop a like on there for me, as I said earlier. Subscribe to the channel. And well, I'll see you in the next one.